Good evening, Jerusalem. Here I am again, just before Christmas, at one of the nicest places that I love to be. Usually I'm here alone. Let's look around us. We are almost alone. Hey, there's a kitty there. Now, where I am? Where am I? I'm at the border between the Muslim quarter, the Jewish quarter, the Armenian quarter, and the Christian quarter. Da-da-dam! I'm on the roof of one of the markets, and I'm heading to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, but not before we will talk about what we can see here, but only for like a few minutes. I'm dedicated that tour to everyone who watch it, and surprise! One of you are going to be quite a surprise because your daughter bought it for you. Alice Gravin from the States. That video is dedicated to you. The Merry Christmas. Actually from Christina. Then you're looking at Mount of Olives. And the golden dome that you see in front of you is the site of the Jewish temple that Jesus visited 3 times a year. But to the right and up, can you see the tower on top of on top of Mount of Olives? This is the Ascension Church, and that is the place that Jesus ascended into heaven and promised us to come back from the same place. Then in that case, quite an impressive place. Now, Alice, I'm dedicating that Jerusalem cross, which is unique to the Holy Land, to Lorne, your husband, your late husband. That's why I started from here, because he already ascended into heaven to meet Jesus himself. But as I believe he's watching us and praying with us. And let me show you a little bit of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, the place that Jesus was crucified, died, buried, and resurrected, from a different angle. Before that, in front of you, you can see Jaffa Gate with 3 flags on the roof. And this is the beginning of the city. And let's turn around. The Dome of the Rock, a few meters behind it, is actually the end of the whole city. Whoops, not a big city. It's not a big city, Alice, but a very important city. And to see everything, everything is a big word for that. To see a lot, you need 4 days only for that. Now, I know that you have already celebrated 80. Then, in that case, I will be the one who will take you to the church tonight. And here it is. You can see the 2 domes of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. But another thing that you can see is that that church is inside the city. That church is not outside the city, just like the Bible mentioned. Now, what's happening here? Now, I know that you are from the state. Then if I'll ask you, Alice, can you tell me about the history of your city? And can you go back 2,000 years ago? You will look at me and laugh and say, come on, Zahi. My city is quite young. We don't know what's happened there 2,000 years ago. We don't know if there was something there at all. Oh, look at that, the last moment of sunset. Wow. And you can see the beginning of the... Wow, it's amazing. I'm wanting to see something special, mainly because this is an American institute. Can you see that beautiful building? This is the Mormons University, the one from Utah, Salt Lake City. Then let's go to the church. But your city was totally different than 2000 years ago from your city of right now. Think about Jerusalem. Jerusalem has been destroyed so many times. So many sultans, kings, Caesars actually came to Jerusalem to destroy that holy city that is only for Muslims, Christians, and Jews. Then in that case, the city from the time of King Herod, the city from the time of Jesus, was totally different than today. We believe, because of so many evidence in the church itself, that it was outside the walls of the city. Now, why it must be outside the wall? First of all, to crucify someone, hello to kitties. Let me show you that we are above the market. Then in that case, to crucify someone at the Roman time, and that's only the Romans did, the Jews didn't crucify anyone. This is only a Roman punishment used by the Romans to stop something which is a kind of horrible thing that can happen to the government. I'm stopping now the video because I'm changing now the lens, because you can see that it's blinked and I don't like it. Alright, I'm using it now with different lens, and then in that case, to crucify someone is to tell everyone, don't do what he is actually doing. Why not? Because he is against the Roman regime. The punishment of Jesus was, and you could see the titulus above the cross. It was Jesus from Nazareth, King of the Jews. Now, the only one who can crown someone were the Romans, and the Romans didn't crown Jesus. They did it to the family of King Herod. We are now entering the market, but it's the end of the day, and sadly there are no tourists anyhow. That might be a little bit empty, and you can see the people and the salesmen are doing nothing. We are turning left, and we will turn right. It's a nice market, isn't it? If you're talking about that, that used to be the hospital of the hospitallers. Then, now we know. Now we know why he was crucified. But why outside the city? Outside the gate, actually. Outside the gate, and you saw Jaffa Gate, for example. Outside the gate is because of one important thing. This is the most important media of ancient time. No TV, no internet at the time of Jesus. Then if you want to spread a rumor, it's better to do that outside the gate when everyone goes in and out. That will spread the rumor. That will tell the children, oh, don't do that. Another thing, we know that the tomb of Jesus was outside the gate. Today it's in the middle of the city. It's a Times Square of Jerusalem. But the Jews are buried their dead only outside the city. I didn't mention it, but when you saw the Mount of Olives, the right part was white. This is a cemetery, Jewish cemetery from the time of Jesus, from the time of King David, actually before Jesus. Then in that case, until today, the Jews are buried their dead exactly like Jesus was buried. For example, can you see that I'm using a camera now? All right, he asked me the question that I don't know the answer for it, and he is actually asking me that question every day. Maybe I must be more gentle. He asked me how long it's going to take, when the tourists will arrive, and my answer is, I wish. I'm not a prophet. I wish that it will be right now. I wish that we will find a solution for that horrible situation. Can you agree with me? Can you pray? And he asked me, he's a Muslim guy, and we are Christians. Can we pray for the peace of Israel? Please do that. Then, in that case, to bury the dead is always outside the city. And they bury the dead just like they bury, the Jews are buried their dead exactly like Jesus was buried. At the same day, Joseph of Arimathea begged Pontius Pilate. He went to Pontius Pilate to get the body of Jesus. The second thing is, then he must bury the dead at the same day. This is a Jewish tradition. They purify the body and they put a shroud around him, just like they doing it to every Jew. And they bury him without a casket, without a coffin. The major difference is Jesus resurrected on Sunday. Now you can see the facade of the church, but they might have a ceremony soon. Then let me first enter to the church, because if not, they might block me for the rest of the night. Now you can see a lot of stones here. They are renovating the floor of the church. Then part of the church will be blocked. I can hear already the organ. Ooh, that wasn't open. And you saw part of the excavation. Yeah, it's already looked like he closed the gate, the entrance to the Golgotha, but let's ask him if I can enter through here. Now let's climb up quickly. And it's good. You can hear the organ that bless you now. And because of the ceremony, there is light. Guys, Alice, Christina, this is where they nailed Jesus to the cross. And that's where they crucified him. First, let me bless the cross. Let me put my hand in the bedrock. Touch your cross. See the bedrock of the Golgotha, the Calvary. Then let me bless the cross here and let me touch It's for everyone who are watching that video. This is the Pietà. This is the horrible moment. After the death of Jesus, Mary had to see everything. When she was at the presentation at the temple, Jesus looked, Saint Simon looked at her and said, "Your son will die in front of your eyes. It will be like a spear entering to your heart." Oh, they brought back the menorah. Wow, this is new. You see the menorah in front of Jesus because Jesus is the temple. And the menorah is a symbol of the Jewish temple. To the right, you can see John. To the left, his mother. Now, their church belongs to the Catholic, Orthodox, and Armenians. We are now at the Armenian chapel. This is another Via Dolorosa station. This is where they strip him from his clothes. And look upstairs, you can see a mosaic wall from 12th century of the Ascension. And that brings me back to Lord. One day, I believe that we will visit Jerusalem together with Jesus. Then that part is a Catholic, but that part is a Greek Orthodox. And let me leave now the Golgotha, but you can see the renovation. Yeah, thank you. It's okay, I am sorry. This is where they anointed the body of Jesus, and there's a lot of oil here, anointing oil, and I'm blessing it. Alice, if you will get that cross and smell it, please let me know if the anointing smell is still on. It's such an amazing thing to listen to the organ, Catholic organ, Christian organ. For me, everyone who believes in Jesus is a Christian. Oh, the floor might look like that, the future floor. Now, that cross was already blessed inside the tomb of Jesus. Sadly, I cannot enter with the video in it. If you want to have your own cross, your own Bible, your own mezuzah, enter to the text beneath, attach that video, and look for Buy Me a Coffee link. Click on it, and you will see the variety of products that you can, holy products, that you can buy. I will take a video of yours in one of the churches in Jerusalem, and upload a video, and of course, Alice, you are going to get it. This is yours. Now I cannot continue because of the ceremony, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna wait for them right here until they will cross it. And by that, we will bless it for you too. And they are standing at the place that Mary Magdalene saw Jesus on Sunday, the resurrection of Jesus. Oh, it looks like the end of the ceremony. Then we came right on time. I don't know if you saw a guy wearing white that walking. That is James. James is a friend of mine, and he doesn't believe that he is Jesus, but he wants to live like Jesus lived. You can see that it's already decorated to Christmas. It's Advent time. Oh, the smell of the incense is amazing. Alice, welcome to the tomb of Jesus. Now, at the time of Jesus, it was a cave, and I will show you how it looks like. But now, it's a new structure, but I will talk about it later on because I think it's too difficult to hear me now. Then let's enter to bless your cross in a place, a very important place. And you will understand it soon. Yes. Well, it's empty because the church is empty. It's still wartime. Then what you see here is a cave, burial cave. That's how the Jews, the rich one, used to be buried. Let's go in. So nice that I don't need to use the flashlight because look at the candles. I love that moment. Alice, you can see those two chambers, two niches. There's another one there, another one there, and behind me. That wall is not part of that tomb, but they used to bury the dead right there, and then block it, like those two are being blocked. Maybe the bones are still there. Now let me try to go outside and to continue talking about it. Outside. That shows you, Alice, that church was outside the city. Outside the city, there was a garden of Joseph of Arimathea. Next to the garden was the crucifixion place. The crucifixion place used to be owned by King Herod, but when he died, it moved straight to the Romans. And that's why, according to the book of John 19, the tomb was very close to the Golgotha. But it's very important for us to understand, Alice, that let's say that rock-cut cave was good for 9-10 bodies. But what will happen to the 11th one? They will take out the bones. They will put it in a small box by the name ossuary, and they will put the ossuary in the storeroom, and they will bury someone else instead of it. But if you remember that Joseph of Arimathea gave Jesus his own tomb, it means that, and he said that was a virgin tomb, that no one used it before. I think now you can understand the idea of no one used it before. Another important thing about that chapel is that wall is from the 4th century. A lot of the church is from 12th century and up because it's been destroyed so many times. The tomb of Jesus, the Aedicula, is actually new. It's from 19th century because that church was burned down by the Christians by a mistake at 1808. You can still see the hash on the wall. Then when St. Ellen built it in the 4th century, you can see the holes here. The holes held marble. It was so beautiful. And here you can see that there are so many holes, more than the rest of the chapel, mainly because that is the tomb of Joseph over Arimathea. Aha! And the tomb outside in the garden of Joseph over Arimathea is the tomb of Jesus. Now the tomb is divided into two. The first part with the candle is the place that the angels took care that no one will steal the body of Christ. The second part is the tomb itself, and the cross was already blessed there. The tomb belongs to the Greek Orthodox, but the Catholic Armenians got rights to pray there as well. It's not the end of the video. I want to show you a few more places. Christina, I know that you are surprising your mother with it. I'm not sure that you wanted her to know who actually bought it for you, but I am different than you. You've got rights. I mean, you thought about your mother. You know that your mother loves the Holy Land. She wanted to be here. Then you brought Alice to here, and you make me happy that you did it. I will try to upload it before Christmas, then you will celebrate the video with her. What I'm gonna do? What's happening here? I'm heading now to the lowest place of the church. The lowest place of the church tells us that this is the most ancient part of it. And before that church was a church, it used to be a quarry at the time of King Herod, and a quarry is always outside the city. This is the Armenian chapel. And you can see here a mosaic floor of 9 cities that have been destroyed by the Turkish, by the Ottomans. In 1915, the Ottomans, the Turkish of the day, killed more than 1.5 million of the Armenians. But we are heading to the lowest place of the church, and this is where St. Helen, and you can see the statue of St. Helen, find the true cross. According to what we know, she found here 3 crosses. And that is actually answer us the question, how do we know that is the place? Think about the Twin Towers. If I'll take my daughter, she will ask me the same questions. Then now we do have pictures, videos of it, and everyone, it's obvious. But at the ancient time, until St. Helen and Constantine in the 4th century, Christianity was a forbidden religion. If you say to the Romans, I am a Christian, they usually killed you. Then in that case, when someone who believed in Jesus wanted to tell their children, he was crucified here. He resurrected there. He used to take them to the Roman temple that used to be here and say it quietly to their children, and their children had to keep that secret. And in the 4th century, when St. Helen came to here, she knew exactly where to come. You can understand that she checked which cross is the true cross by putting it or on a sick woman or even a dead woman. It depends on which source you're reading. And you can understand that when the true cross touched that woman, she resurrected or she became healthy again. Why 3 crosses? Jesus and the 2 teeth that were crucified with him. You can see here an ancient fresco of the crucifixion. You can see only the half of it. Jesus is in the middle, John to the right, Mary is to the left. But at the time of King Herod, that beautiful place was a quarry. Guys, this is the bedrock. And when he died, they stopped using it, and the Romans took it and controlled it, and that's where they crucified the people. And later on, it was used as a water system. You can see the buckets holes, and look at the plaster around it. In a good day, you could see even crosses on it. Let's climb up. We are leaving the Catholic chapel and entering back to the Armenian chapel. Good evening, brother. I don't know why he doesn't like me, or maybe he doesn't like anyone, but he never smiled to me, and I know him for like years. He will switch off the light, then we've been saved. We are climbing up, and to the right and to the left you can see ancient graffitis of crosses. Oh, this is me. Hello! Merry Christmas to everyone. Happy holidays to everyone. It's not the end of the tour, my friend. Now, we were on top of the Golgotha. We actually climbed up from the exit. The entrance was blocked because of the ceremony. And here you can see part of the Calvary, part of the Golgotha. And let's enter to another chapel. This is a Greek Orthodox chapel, and the Calvary is just there. And you can see the creek. Remember what's happened when he died? The earth shook, and tears of blood fell from the Golgotha through the creek straight to here, and people resurrected. According to the Greek Orthodox, one of them was Adam. And this is the chapel of Adam. Oh, here, there, you can see the benches, and you can see the mosaic wall. Beneath it, and beneath the benches, were the tombs of the kings of the Crusade. Crusader kings were buried there. Sadly, Crusaders and Greek Orthodox weren't good friends. Then for the Greek Orthodox, there was only one solution to say we don't like it. They destroy. Sadly, they destroy the tombs of the kings. Look how beautiful is the Mask of Omar. The Mask of Omar, let's say it in a nice way. When Omar came to here, hey, hello, when Omar came to Jerusalem and entered to the church, the bishop told him, "You can pray here." But he said, "If I pray here, the disciples will build a mosque here." Then he went outside and prayed outside the mosque, the church. And as you can see, they build a mosque outside their church. What else? This is the only entrance to the church. The Ethiopians are on the roof. Armenian chapel is in front of you, and the rest are Greek Orthodox places. I have so many videos on it. Please subscribe to my channel, mainly because you are the only tourist that I have now. Oh, look at that sky. I love that camera. And one last thing. Sadly, because the church belongs to so many denominations, Christian denominations, there's kind of a battle. I call it ego battle between those three. And if you can see the ladder there, the ladder there tells us that was owned by the Armenians. And when they went to clean the windows outside, the Greek Orthodox came and said, "Who told you that the facade of the church is yours?" Until I do have pictures from 1859 of that ladder. You can understand that it's an old story. The ladder, as you can see, is still there. Look at that Tower of the Redeemer. This is all right. Let them show. This is a Protestant tower. And you know what? Let me take you there because it's beautiful. And then we will say goodbye because I want to show you. Why they are shouting? I want to show you a Templar's evidence. It used to be a church dedicated to Mary. Oh, decoration for Christmas at the Russian church. Then we are going there too. First of all, look at the Redeemer Church, which is a Protestant church. Lutheran one. The view from there is beautiful, but you need an ambulance on top of it because there's no elevator. And guys, we are almost reaching the end. If you are reaching the last minute, just write me as a comment how long it actually took, and I will bless each one of you. If you want to help me, look at the like button. Next to it, there's a shape of a heart. You can support me by that via YouTube. Add a text. Remember the Buy Me a Coffee link? There's another link there of PayPal, and you can help me by that as well. But you must know one thing. I cannot answer PayPal. I don't know why they are not letting me answer you, but be sure that I will put your name between the Western Wall stones, and the Jews will take it from there and bury it at Mount of Olives. Now, what you're looking at is a beautiful 12th century arch built by the Templars. And I think it's even the zodiac. It's difficult to see it now, but it's there. Guys, it was a pleasure to be with you. And don't forget to write a comment and I will answer each one of you. Thank you very much. And Alice, Merry Christmas!